Welcome back to my channel. In this conclusion of the 3-part Nuuk travel vlog series, we spent our last day embarking on a major hike and taking one final look at the city. But first, as usual, let's fuel up on a big breakfast at the hotel. By now, news about the expansion of tourism in Nuuk should be widespread. We had traveled to Nuuk in August 2024, so I hope this series will help you plan your visit to the capital of Greenland. Here we go. Save a piece of Greenland for another day. Off to our big hike here in Nuuk, and we're in a hurry because we need to catch the bus. The bus leaves in 15 minutes and it's like a 7-minute walk, so we're trying to hustle. Sun's out, so this makes it a perfect day to go for a hike. There's a cruise boat docked here, so that means there are cruise ship passengers doing a little excursion here in Nuuk, climbing this hill to get to our bus stop. Oh my gosh. Look how beautiful that blue sky is. It's clear. This was our first sunny day in Nuuk. The past 2 days were cloudy. Now it feels like summer in Greenland. There's our bus stop with 7 minutes to spare. I didn't get to do my OOTD for this hike, so today, since the highs are going to be about 52, I have my merino wool beanie, just my Lululemon always run-free jacket that I wore in Iceland, and my merino half zip. No need for my down jacket because it's sunny and I'm going to be on the move. But I did pack it in my bag just in case it does get cold. One of the things we loved about Nuuk is its efficient and reliable public bus system. The buses are easy to spot with their bright yellow color, and they connect most parts of the city, including popular spots like Mount Quassussuaq, where we're headed to, the Nuuk Center, and the old colonial harbor. Remember, to take the bus, you need exact change. They did not take contactless payment at the time, but maybe they will in the future like the buses in Denmark did. If you need change, there are ATMs at the grocery stores, and then you can break the bill by purchasing an item such as licorice or fax candy in my previous vlog. What a treat it was to have a clear day to look out of the window. I feel like we were on a driving tour of Nuuk as we passed through new neighborhoods and current construction projects that mark the growth of Nuuk. Getting to Mount Quassussuaq was a breeze thanks to the bus system. It's affordable, convenient, and a great way to travel like a local while enjoying some unexpected views of the city and its surroundings. Whether you're heading to a hike, a museum, or just exploring, the buses make navigating Nuuk stress-free. Be sure to check out the schedules and routes in advance. Most stops have clear signage and maps to guide you. You can even take it to the airport during the daytime. It's amazing how just a short bus ride can take you from the heart of the city to the start of an unforgettable outdoor adventure. We were now approaching the airport where the Trailhead is nearby. This is a popular hike. We had bumped into an athletic and fit couple from the Netherlands who had planned on hiking along the ski lift. We had a different route in mind, which was to hike the perimeter of Mount Quassussuaq as recommended by our hotel reception desk. Originally, the trail began straight ahead past the airport, but we soon ran into an obstacle. Remember, the Nuuk airport was undergoing expansion to accommodate larger planes from international flights, which would have had great effects on our hike. Instead, we had wandered into the construction site and was directed back to the ski lift path. Whoops, took a wrong turn there, so we actually do have to go up the ski lift, and then I guess that's where the trail starts. But at least it was good to see what the construction site looks like. They're going to expand the airport, and so they'll be able to accommodate international flights. We're off to what I think is the start of our hike. Okay, this definitely is a path. I'm going to keep going. Our hike plan's changed. Turns out that loop we want to do around the mountain, well, we can't access it because of the construction, so I guess we're going to climb up the mountain maybe, or find another path. Luckily, I had packed some hiking poles and brought them out for this hike.
However, I did not anticipate going up a steep incline. The original loop trail had some rolling hills.
Yeah, major plans in our hiking path here. So since we're definitely not going to be hiking around the mountain in 3 to 4 hours, I think what we'll do is we'll just get to the top near the ski lifts and then turn back down. Hey, I mean, it's still a bit of a climb. I mean, this is no joke. I'll tell you what the elevation gain was in the end there, because I don't have the data on me right now, but I'll gather it off of my Strava. But we're still going to go up pretty high. This part is a little easier to climb. Maybe that is the path around the mountain. See, it's cleared. I don't see any construction vehicles to redirect us or kick us out. But it is going to be rocky going down.
At this point, we were still hoping to get back onto the loop trail by going past the airport, but we saw no way to that path.
There's so much construction here that it altered the hiking path around the mountain. So we're going to stick back to plan B, which is to hike up to the ski lifts and then hike back down. At least this terrain's a little easier to navigate rather than those rocks. I can deal with grass. So now we're at the bottom of the ski lift and we're gonna do the hike up and then we're gonna come back down. So that's gonna be our hike for the day.
One of the alternative paths we explored on Quassussuaq is the ski lift hike. The trail follows the route of an old ski lift, which makes it a little steeper and more rugged compared to other paths.
It's probably better that way. We've already been wandering around for 1.5 miles, lost trying to get onto that trail we found on the internet, which no longer seems to be in existence because of the construction.
The trail is marked by ski lift poles, which serve as handy landmarks to keep you on track. It's a more direct ascent, so expect a bit of a workout as you climb, but the rewarding views make every step worth it.
Over there's the ski lift, which we were supposed to follow along, but somehow we veered off to the side. We ended off course here.
So much for following the ski lift. Somehow we had veered off onto this path because I was having a hard time climbing up the tall rocks.
Those paw prints there, hopefully they're dogs and not like any other wild animals, like a polar bear. Although we shouldn't be seeing polar bears here. But our tour guide yesterday on the whale safari said that there was a polar bear sighting not too far from here 2 weeks ago. And the police, were keeping an eye out on that polar bear. Wonder if it was going to arrest that polar bear for trespassing.
Even though we were off to the side of the ski lift trail, at least we were headed in the right direction, which was going up. Along the way, you'll get incredible vistas of Nuuk, the sprawling fjords, and even Sermitsiaq Mountain in the distance. The elevation gain gives you a whole new perspective on the surrounding landscapes.
Turns out we didn't veer off too much from our original hike plan. We're sort of on it, but off to the side. Oh well, close enough. At least we got a nice view. But that original path that we were supposed to take, it's gone. The construction team basically altered it. See? The construction crew down there. And I think this is where we're gonna turn around. I really like the views up here. View of the clear water. And then there's Nuuk, the city down there. Yep, that's where it is, and the cruise ship.
One of the most striking views you'll encounter while hiking Quassussuaq is that of Sermitsiaq Mountain. This iconic peak, whose name means saddle mountain in Greenlandic, dominates the skyline with its unique saddle-like shape. Over there is the new neighborhood of Kingerpoot, and that body of water is Quassussuaq, or Circus Lake, which we had hiked to on our first day. It had been foggy that day and visibility wasn't great. At least we get to enjoy it today, which it was clear. Straight ahead is the port and cruise ship terminal where we had caught the Nuuk water taxi for our whale safari yesterday. You can catch that vlog in the link below. The trail provides clear views of the Nuuk Fjord, one of the largest fjord systems in the world. The interplay of blue waters and rugged cliffs is breathtaking, especially on a clear day.
Man, these flies are killing me. But so far we have 2.25 miles up here, turning around. Hopefully we can get back in about an hour so we can catch the bus back. Where was this trail coming up? It actually looks like a walkable trail instead of the one that we made up there. I have no idea what we had done. Yeah, I have no idea, but it looks like it's going to be a lot easier going down.
Here's a tip. Carry some bug repellent on this hike because you'll encounter them at higher elevation. Luckily, we had some eucalyptus spray on us.
I see over there other people are hiking this trail off to the side there. So I guess this is a popular hiking route after all. It turns out now we're actually back on the trail and I have no idea how that happened. That trail? Well, at least it'll make going down a lot easier then, since we're already on the trail, so going back to the bus stop should be a piece of cake. Yeah, I have no idea how we started off the course there. I think with the construction going on there, it really got us disoriented. And this part here is looking a lot smoother and easier. We're getting there eventually. Get back to our starting point here.
Believe it or not, this is Arctic cotton. I had no idea that it grew here.
Can't believe we hiked from up there and now the home stretch. Looks a lot easier down this grassy terrain. And if we hurry, we might actually be able to catch the 2:11 bus back into the city center. We've got 21 minutes. I think we can do it. Yep, that's the ski lift. You can go skiing here in the wintertime. Duh, I mean it is Greenland. Oh, yeah. Oh, no,
I was never so happy to be back on asphalt. Despite the incline, we hustled it to the bus stop so we would not miss this earlier bus. Otherwise, the next one wouldn't come for another hour.
Not sure where that walkway is going to lead to. That would have been nice to have earlier. There we go. We're back at the bus stop. And it's 2:04 p.m., so 7 minutes. But what a hike. We didn't do quite what I had planned on us doing, which was this loop around the mountain. I'm not really sure what we did exactly. We sort of followed the ski lifts up because there is supposedly a pathway there, but even still that couldn't really find the path. But we made it high enough to get some views of Nuuk and its surrounding natural beauty. I guess that's all that matters.
In the end, we hiked nearly 4 miles and had an elevation gain of about 1,000 feet. While we didn't conquer the full trail this time, the experience was unforgettable. It's one of those hikes where the journey truly matters more than the destination. Quassussuaq gave us a final taste of Greenland's wild beauty, reminding us just how special this place is. If you're in Nuuk, even a partial hike here is a must-to-do. As we made our way back into the center of Nuuk, we couldn't help but take in the ever-changing views from the bus. You can see the construction of the airport expansion. I can't get over the views of the fjords. It's postcard worthy. Even though we had gotten lost on the hike, we did not lose our remaining exact change for the bus fare. Before we knew it, we were back in the heart of Nuuk, ready for the next part of our day. The bus ride wasn't just a way to get from point A to B, it was another opportunity to connect with the beauty and culture of Greenland.
The Nuuk Center is supposed to be kind of like a shopping mall.
The Nuuk Center is Greenland's largest shopping mall and a hub of activity in the city. Inside, you'll find everything from Greenlandic souvenirs and outdoor gear to fashion, electronics, and even local art. It's the perfect spot to pick up gifts or just immerse yourself in Nuuk's vibrant community life.
Oh, you can get an air fryer here. It's good to know. Oh, this is too cute. I gotta get this for my baby niece. All right, so I guess this trip to the mall was pretty productive. Got a little bib for my niece.
Nearby was the Katuaq Cultural Center. We had visited this on our first day to eat lunch at their cafe, but now we got to appreciate the architecture of its interior, which is supposed to symbolize the Northern Lights. It's also the center where they display some local art pieces, and we checked out an exhibit.
It's a bus stop. I guess it could be viewed as a form of art.
From the city center, you can see Sermitsiaq Mountain. What makes this mountain so special is how it embodies Greenland's untamed beauty. Its glacier feeds into the Nuuk Fjord, creating streams and waterfalls that seem to cascade straight out of the Arctic wilderness. After that long hike and walking through the city center, we were starving, so we stopped off at Cafe Express at the HHE hotel for lunch. We got the salmon open-faced sandwich, and let me tell you, it was refreshing on that warm day in Nuuk when the high hit 50 Fahrenheit. Also, to keep up our energy, we got the honey lemon espresso, which was iced. Guess you can enjoy a cold beverage in Greenland. We went back to our hotel to rest up before our flight later that night. In terms of the hotel scene in Nuuk, there aren't too many options like other capital cities because, after all, this is one of the more remote capitals despite it being the most developed city in Greenland. Book your hotels early. We had stayed at the Hotel Soma close to the port rather than in the center of the city. Perhaps as there will be increased tourism in the future, you will have more options for hotels. I liked our hotel and enjoyed the views of the port.
It's almost 8 o'clock. We're about to go to dinner, but it feels like we should be going out to lunch because of how light it is right now.
That's exactly what we did. We went to the dining room and ordered our last meal in Nuuk before hopping on the plane. This is the Standarskud a la Soma, which is toasted brioche, fresh salad, smoked salmon, Greenlandic shrimp, fish roe, steamed and fried fish. We also got the lamb burger, which consisted of caramelized onion puree, deep-fried onions, cheese, raw pickled beetroot, and was served with French fries and a tarragon mayo. To top off this meal, we got a chocolate carrot cake. Talk about a feast.
All right, and that's it from Nuuk. We're gonna go check out, yes, at 10 p.m. That's because our flight out of Greenland is actually at 1 a.m. I had reserved our hotel room for another day, even though we're not gonna be here tonight to take advantage of it, but it was still good because we were able to spend the rest of the afternoon after our hike just resting, and it was also a place to keep our luggage and everything. So it was worth reserving an extra day, even though we weren't gonna be here tonight and for the hotel breakfast in the morning.
One last glimpse of the Greenlandic culture, and from what I learned from yesterday's visit to the museum, I have a greater appreciation for kayaks. As it was too late in the day, the buses were no longer running, so we had the hotel front desk call a taxi for us because I couldn't figure out how to use the Taxigut app in the Greenlandic and Danish languages.
Remember our first night getting here, and we got here in the middle of the night. We were cold, hungry, not sure what was going on. And now, just as we were settling into Nuuk, it's time to leave.
Our final journey in Nuuk began with a taxi ride to the airport. As we drove through the city, we couldn't help but reflect on everything we experienced over the past few days. The hikes, the culture, the incredible food, and of course, the breathtaking landscapes. There's more to see in Greenland, but we were limited to 3 days for this leg of our Nordic trip. There are other cities to fly to in Greenland, but that would mean setting aside more days to allow for inclement weather that may cause your flight to be rescheduled. We got to see construction all over Nuuk as this capital city is going to expand. We had seen pictures of what Nuuk looked like in the 1960s at the local museum yesterday, so who knows what it's going to look like in the future. As we approached the airport, we noticed signs of the expansion projects underway, proof that even in this remote part of the world, change and progress are happening. This looks like familiar terrain. That's right, we were just here on our hike earlier in the day. How it looks different in the golden light of the sunset.
Our bags are all checked in. We have our boarding pass already printed out. So we have plenty of time before having to get on the plane. So we're going to take this moment to enjoy the sunset at 11. There we have it. Our sunset here in Nuuk, in Greenland.
The golden light of Greenland's long summer evenings followed us all the way, making it a bittersweet moment as we prepared to say goodbye to this incredible place.
The only time where we can get free coffee, free tea, and water without having to go to a lounge. What's there not to like about Greenland?
The board looks similar to the one when we had flown in from Reykjavik 3 nights ago. I will miss drinking Greenlandic water from the tap. Oh well, here's my last chance at hydrating with the purest water in the Nordic.
Oh wow.
This is the most open runway I've ever seen.
This is the most open runway. It's a little after midnight and there's still a little bit of light out. This is it. This is our final moment here in Greenland. It's starting to get a little chilly, but I finally got used to the coldness here.
We boarded our small plane to fly to Reykjavik, Iceland, in order to catch our international flight back to Los Angeles. I know it seems a little backwards to fly east in order to fly west, but this won't be the case in the summer of 2025. United Airlines will be flying direct flights from Newark to Nuuk in the summer months, so you won't have to fly from Iceland or Denmark to get to Greenland. 3 hours later, we would land in Iceland, where I had a bowl of Icelandic lamb soup to warm me up before hopping on the plane back to the U.S. Flying back to the U.S., we were once again treated to an unforgettable view of Greenland, this time the untouched wilderness of its interior. Seeing it from above feels like stepping into another world entirely. The interior is a stark contrast to the coastal fjords and mountains. Here, massive ice sheets dominate the landscape, broken only by rivers of meltwater, snaking their way through the ice like veins of liquid sapphire. As the last icy peaks disappeared beneath the clouds, we couldn't help but feel grateful for the chance to witness Greenland from so many angles, on the ground, along the fjords, and now from above. It was the perfect way to close this chapter of our Arctic adventure.